On the day I graduated from college, the campus beauty handed me 4 million yuan to be her contract husband for 3 years. But 3 years were enough to make me forget it was ever just a deal. This morning, caught between sleep and waking, I crawled into her bed. She kicked me off without a second thought. Get away from me. And so, through physical and emotional torment, I survived 2,000 days and nights. Today, I finally reached my limit. Stella, let's get a divorce. The warm breakfast atmosphere freezes over the moment those words leave my mouth. You sure about that? If you file for divorce, you owe me 4 million yuan. Can't pay up? I'll send you right back to prison. Stella's voice carries a clear edge of threat. She isn't ready to let go, not yet. 3 years have quietly made her used to having someone named Eli around. I smile and nod. Let's do it. If we wait until he's back, things get messy. Thank you for everything these past 3 years. I'll find a way to pay back the 4 million within a year. Are you free today? We can handle the paperwork this afternoon. Her pride won't allow her to give me another chance. And we don't even wait until afternoon. 10 minutes after the Civil Affairs Bureau opens, we walk out divorced. Stella doesn't spare me a glance. She gets in her car and drives off. I stand outside alone, eyes full of quiet bitterness. She doesn't even make it 200 m before a phone call pulls her over to the curb. The moment she picks up, a voice comes through, familiar, yet somehow distant. Stella, why did he answer your phone last night? I was so excited to tell you I'm coming home soon. But when I finished, it was him who said he understood. Don't tell me you two have already. Troy, keep your filthy imagination to yourself. I left my phone downstairs last night. Anything else? I'm busy. She hears a woman's voice in the background on his end and hangs up immediately. She can't believe she ever had feelings for such a shameless two-timing man. Between the divorce and Troy's disgusting call, Stella has zero interest in going to work. For the first time ever, Vice President Stella goes AWOL without a reason. She turns the car around and drives home. Stella pushes straight through to the bedroom. Diana, who hasn't gotten up yet, tilts her head and looks at her precious daughter. Then Stella throws her arms around her. Mom, Eli and I got divorced. By 11 o'clock, Stella is sitting on the living room couch against her will, facing a full parental interrogation. Warren has always been the type to spoil his daughter, but today he says nothing in her defense. He lets his precious girl get lectured. Stella, you have no idea how good you had it. Forget the fact that you've been pushing Eli around for years. How could you let the divorce happen? You've been sailing smooth at work for years. Who do you think was holding you up from behind? Which project of yours wasn't finished by Eli in the middle of the night? He took care of your every need at home. And what a waste of his talent that was. He cooked every meal, ran your bath every night. I seem to remember someone telling me not long ago how nice it was to have a man at home. And now you're telling me you divorced him. It must have taken Eli several lifetimes of bad karma to end up with someone like you. The scolding makes Stella's face flush with embarrassment. She squares her shoulders and fires back. Am I your daughter or is Eli? Let me make this clear. Eli filed for the divorce. Your daughter got dumped. That sets Warren off. He grabs his phone, ready to call the guy and demand answers. As if his daughter wasn't good enough for that little punk. But he doesn't even get the chance to dial before Diana cuts him off with a furious shout. You have the nerve to call Eli? What if Eli tells you Stella has had someone else on her mind this whole time? Isn't she just sitting around waiting for that Troy to come back? You think I didn't know? You think Eli didn't know? Stella, I'm telling you right now, if you dare get together with Troy, I will take back every single share you hold. Then we'll see how fast he kicks you to the curb. Those shares are Dad's. Go ahead and ask him if he dares give them to you. Warren, want to practice some military combat drills? Diana shoots Warren a sharp look. This time he sides with his wife. He turns to Stella and says quietly with a frown, your mom and I are on the same page. We will not approve of you and Troy. Stella looks up at her parents, eyes blazing, and grits out, this isn't Eli not wanting your daughter. It's Eli who doesn't want me anymore. Last night Troy called and said he's coming back, that he wants to marry me. Eli was the one who picked up. This morning, Eli filed for divorce. So, what's the point of talking to me? When something goes right, you all run to Eli anyway. Diana isn't the least bit moved by Stella's outburst. She looks at her daughter with barely concealed contempt. You think I can't see through your little games? I'm your mother. So, Troy is on his way back, is he? Starting tomorrow, I'm selling your apartment at half price. Since you're divorced, you come home. If you so much as walk through that door after 9 o'clock at night, I will break your legs. You can date whoever you want after this. anyone but Troy. I'm putting my foot down right here, right now. And you're not going anywhere today. I'm going to find Eli and get some answers. I want to know exactly why he filed for divorce. Stella, you'd better pray Eli doesn't tell me the truth. With that, Diana stands up and shoots Warren a pointed look. If he lets Stella out that door, he won't have a peaceful day in his life. Diana is military trained. She never beats around the bush, and she has no intention of coaxing Stella with gentle words. That's Warren's job. If she isn't the iron fist in this family, nobody can keep this girl in line. Diana goes to her room and comes back with a property deed. She narrows her eyes at Stella. Unless you want your uncle to come drag you home by force, you stay put. I'm selling that apartment today, and then I'm going to find Eli. Do whatever you like after that. I'm adopted anyway. Go find your precious son, Eli. Diana ignores her, throws open the front door, and walks out without looking back. Meanwhile, I'm wandering down the street with absolutely no idea where to go. Then my ancient phone buzzes to life. I look at the screen. It says mother-in-law. A cold sweat breaks across my forehead instantly. With trembling hands, I answer, "Hello? You little punk, have I been too nice to you? Say hello to me one more time and see what happens. I'll call the base right now and have them haul you in, you little rat." "Mom, I'm sorry. That's more like it. It's noon, and I bet you haven't eaten, have you?" I'm waiting at the common table. "We need to talk about this divorce. You have 10 minutes. You dare not show up? I know. If I'm late, you'll send soldiers after me. 10 minutes. I'll sprint there if I have to. The midday summer heat is brutal. I can't catch a cab, so I jog the whole way." By the time I push into the private dining room, Diana is just pulling out her phone, about to dial. She looks at me, breathless and drenched in sweat, and gives a calm nod. "Not bad. Even after the divorce, you still take me seriously. Now tell me, why did you divorce Stella? Think carefully before you answer. Get it wrong, and I just might actually kill you." Desperate, I try to lie. I tell her I have a medical condition, that I can't have children. Then we're going to the hospital right now. I'll call Stella and have her meet us there. With Diana, I never have a single move. Going to the hospital is absolutely out of the question. If she finds out I lied, I am genuinely finished. I let out a long sigh, sink into my chair, and say quietly, my marriage to Stella was just a transaction. Years ago, I hit rock bottom. My mother needed 400,000 yuan for surgery. I had no other choice. I went to Stella and begged. We got married, but she had leverage on me, and she used it. I helped her deal with you and Warren. Now the contract is up. I can't hold her back anymore. There's no point playing games with Diana. It always backfires. I have no choice but to come clean. But in telling the truth, I make sure all the blame falls on me. But Diana doesn't seem focused on the contract marriage part at all. Instead, she frowns and zeroes in on one thing. I'm old? No. Not at all, Mom. You're not old in the least. People outside literally think you and Stella are sisters. Diana looks satisfied. She leans back. A contract marriage? The way I see it, those 3 years were just dating. Stella has her flaws, no question about that. She's a total mess, but swears up and down she's a neat freak. 0 life skills. Aside from good looks and a decent education, there's not much else to say for her. Are you really telling me you don't have any feelings for Stella at all? After years together, even a dog would grow on you, wouldn't it? Not that you're the dog. I mean, Stella. Diana is absolutely relentless. The sweat on my forehead never stops. I wipe my forehead and say quietly, Mom, you know where I come from. If Stella didn't have leverage over me, a girl like her would never have looked twice at me in this lifetime. These things are all about matching status, aren't they? Even if I do have feelings for her, it doesn't matter. She likes someone else. You mean that Troy? All Troy wants is visionary group shares in Stella's hands. Only someone as naive as Stella could believe her precious Troy actually loves her. You go and file for divorce without a word to me. Now what? Troy comes back, and that foolish girl is going to fly straight into the flame. Hand over everything Warren spent his life building to Troy's family? I only wish I'd had a son. I have absolutely no idea how to respond to that. Nodding is wrong. Shaking my head is wrong. Thankfully, Diana doesn't push it. She reaches into her bag and tosses a thick envelope onto the table. 100,000 yuan. A divorce is a divorce. I'm not some narrow-minded traditionalist. You've called me Mom for 3 years. You're no longer my son-in-law, but you're still half a son to me. Stella has her petty ways. If she left you with even 10,000 in your pocket, I'll eat my words. Take this and use it. Don't even think about leaving the city. When Warren and I need help someday, you'd better show up. You dare say no, and I'll have the whole base come after you. No, I won't refuse. Absolutely not. Taking the money means I owe her, and it's not a small amount, but I genuinely do not dare turn it down. I've known just how formidable Diana is for a long time now. Over the meal, Diana suddenly asks, "Is Stella holding her own at Visionary Group?" I nod, mouth still full of rice. Diana looks at me and feels nothing but approval. Handsome, talented, a perfect match for Stella. She narrows her eyes with a smile. How about going back to Visionary Group? I can have Warren set you up as head of planning. I give a bitter smile and shake my head. Come on, Mom. If I go back to Visionary, Stella will think I'm chasing after her like a lovesick fool. We're divorced. We should keep our distance. Besides, most of the staff at Visionary don't know about me and Stella, but the executives have all seen my face. And on top of that, he's coming back. I'm Stella's ex-husband, after all. Watching my ex-wife walk side by side with another man, that's not something I can sit with comfortably. So, please, Mom, spare me. Diana's expression falls. She lets out a quiet sigh. You know, all that quiet pride of yours, you've spent it all on us, and not a single drop on that clueless little girl. She still thinks everything you're capable of is something she taught you. Since you've made up your mind, I won't push you. But just because you and Stella are done, doesn't mean you rush into anything new. If you meet someone you like, you tell Mom. If charm doesn't work, we'll throw money at her until she says yes. I'm not looking for anything right now. First, I deal with the mess I'm in, then I buy a place in the city, then maybe I'll think about dating. Mom, you're going to be late for Mahjong. That's Aunt Rosie's fourth call. Right on cue, Diana's phone rings. Diana picks up and immediately lets loose. All you do is call and call. Can't a woman have a meal with her son-in-law in peace? Just wait, I'm coming to take all your money. Is Eli with you? Bring him along. I want to fuss over that boy. Pa, that kid can really cook. Eli, Aunt Rosie wants to know if you're coming. I'll pass, Aunt Rosie. I've got things to do this afternoon. I need to go buy groceries for Stella. The moment those words leave my mouth, I freeze. So, it really does become habit. On the other end, Aunt Rosie snarls, "Oh, Diana, you get over here right now." And just like that, the force of nature that is Diana is gone. She drives off in a quietly understated Audi A6. Back on the street again, I wear a bitter expression. Then I clench my fist. A new life starts now. Time to buy cigarettes. I'm keeping a positive attitude about all this. After picking up a pack, I head to a real estate agency to look for a place. I end up choosing a top-floor duplex. Pricier than it should be, but it feels right. A 4 million yuan debt can't be paid off by cutting corners. If I want to clear that debt, saving alone won't cut it. Meanwhile, Stella is on the verge of a breakdown. Her apartment has been sold. Diana delivers the news casually. She lost it to Aunt Rosie in a mahjong game. If Stella has a problem with it, she can go talk to Aunt Rosie. Stella has kept a careful distance from Aunt Rosie her whole life. This woman has been insisting Stella call her sis since childhood. And this shameless woman has the nerve to chase Stella around asking how I am in bed. Stella, still completely inexperienced in that department, never knows how to respond. When it comes to that, Stella is as pure as a blank page. Now Stella sits on the edge of her bed staring blankly. Does she actually like Troy? Or has he just been a place to put her feelings? He's been abroad for years. Time has quietly washed it all away. Back when we first got married, she would stay on overseas calls with him until deep into the night. As time passed, those late nights shrank to an hour. Until finally one call from me, "Dinner's ready," was enough to make her hang up. During her worst days each month, I'd wake up early to make her fish head tofu soup or spare rib broth depending on the day. I'd fill a thermos with ginger and wolfberry tea and make her take it to work. All at once, Stella feels lost. Troy's image in her mind is fading and mine is coming into focus. She can't stand this. She's the one who got dumped by me. She refuses to let herself think about me under these circumstances. Feeling like she's about to crack, Stella grabs her keys and phone and bolts out the door. Inside the bar, Stella takes in the unfamiliar scene around her. She forces herself to step into a place she has never been and never wanted to be. But she needs an outlet. The more she drinks, the angrier she gets. How pathetic to keep thinking about this guy named Eli. Sure, he can cook, he keeps a clean house, does laundry perfectly. Fine, he's smart. Fine, he's good looking. But what else does he have going for him? Most importantly, this guy had the nerve to file for divorce. He dumped her, Stella. Too drunk to notice. Stella realizes there is no trace of Troy in her thoughts at all. Beauty like yours doesn't need to drink to be intoxicating. Can I buy you one, gorgeous? She's lost count of how many men have come over. All she wants is to drink in peace. She glances over at the man, around 40, dressed head to toe in designer labels. Stella frowns. My annual salary has 6 digits. My watch is worth over $1 million. I have a deputy bureau level relative in the family. Do I look like I need a drink from you? The middle-aged man smiles and turns away without a word. In her tone, he could tell she wasn't asking. She was telling him. Everything he claimed to have she already had. Just as Stella is about to get up and leave, another young man slides up beside her. Come on, don't leave me hanging. My boys are all watching. Come have a drink. Drinking alone is so lonely. Hey, those are some great legs. Mind if I take a closer look? Get lost. Stella hurls her drink straight into his face. Across the room, the middle-aged man who was leaving turns back around and settles into a seat nearby. He seems to be waiting for his chance to play the hero. Completely humiliated, the young man drops all pretense and snarls, "You wish." He raises his hand, but it never lands. Someone grabs his wrist. A stocky young man appears at his side. You really want to throw hands in here? Not everyone is someone you can mess with. You got that? Across the bar, the guy's crew notices and starts moving in. Milo doesn't even glance at them. He shoves the guy aside and turns to Stella with the warmest smile. Sis, what are you doing here alone? Stella, well past drunk by now, squints at the stocky young man in front of her and tilts her head curiously. Eli's little brother? His sworn buddy? My last name is Son. Just call me Milo. This bar is co-owned by my uncle and my sister. I'm here all the time. Sis, did you drive here? It's late. That's not safe. And those guys look like the type to pull something dirty. I already called Eli. He should be here any minute. Eli is coming? Stella doesn't understand why her heart suddenly races. She stumbles toward the exit. Why is it that the more she doesn't want to see him, the more she can't seem to shake him? Stella trying to leave is not something the other guy's crew is willing to let slide. They demand an explanation. Milo grabs a chair and points it at the group, furious. You lot have some nerve. You think I won't touch you? I'll go upstairs and get the guys. We've got trouble down here. My sis's uncle runs the city's public security bureau. You clowns better think twice. You really think you can afford to cause a scene here? The group realizes they've picked the wrong fight. They back off, tails between their legs. Across the room, the middle-aged man sees his hero moment slip away and looks visibly deflated. But he doesn't leave. He wants to see who this woman belongs to. Just as Stella is stumbling toward the exit, she crashes straight into someone walking in and is swept up into a princess carry. He holds her securely against his chest. Milo grins and slips out behind them. Everyone watching understands. Her man has arrived. You drove here drunk? If Milo hadn't spotted you, were you just going to drive yourself home? And coming to a place like this? If Milo hadn't been here tonight, do you have any idea what could have happened to you? Covering your face right now does absolutely nothing. Stella is in my arms in a princess carry, both hands pressed over her face, refusing to let me see her expression. I've said enough. I turn and carry her out. But the moment we step outside, the night air hits her and she throws up all over me. In that moment, I nearly lose it. I grit my teeth and snap. I should march you straight to mom right now and let her see that the moment we divorce, you run to a bar to drown your sorrows. Give me your car keys. Stella stares at me through glazed eyes and protests. She's my mom, not yours. Then how about you drop me off at your mom's place? I don't have a key to her house. Stella, did you even plan on going home tonight? I'm genuinely getting angry now. Stella shrinks into my arms like a child who knows she's done something wrong. A moment later, I hear her voice break. Eli, I don't have a home anymore. Mom sold my apartment. There's nothing else I can do. I take her back to the apartment I just rented. I sleep on the couch all night and wake up aching all over. I can't help feeling sorry for my brand new bedding being taken over before I ever got to use it. It's her phone that wakes me. Before dawn, it keeps ringing and ringing. Half asleep, I grab it and answer. And Diana's thunderous roar comes blasting through. When you get home, I am going to skin you alive. I just told you no staying out overnight and you break the rule on day one? When the roaring finally stops, I say quietly, Mom, it's Eli. Stella is with me. The line goes dead instantly. I stare at the phone in my hand, completely lost. Then a text message comes in. Warren and I have gone on a trip. Let Stella stay with you. I trust you with her. Call me about it and you'll get a taste of my military combat drills. I stare at the phone baffled. Is Diana not worried at all? Well, Stella's probably fine. We did live together for 3 years. While I'm still puzzling over it, Stella appears silently behind me. Snooping through my phone? You never checked it when we were married. Didn't say a word when I was on calls with Troy. And now that we're divorced, you're suddenly curious? Want me to help you look? I turn around and look at her. Unwashed face, hair a mess, and close my eyes, taking a slow, deep breath. Stella, if you ever pull a stunt like that again, I am telling Mom. I mean it. I'm hungry. Stella deliberately sidesteps the whole drinking topic. She takes her phone, opens the block list right in front of me, and there it is. Troy's number, blocked. Then she tosses the phone onto the couch. She bounces off to the bathroom to wash up. Watching her go, I feel something strange. We've been divorced less than a day and we're living together again. With the sound of her humming coming from the bathroom, I get up and head to the kitchen. While making breakfast, I relay Diana's message. Mom and Warren went on a trip. Apparently they took the house keys with them. Mom says you can stay here. Fine by me. It's not like we haven't lived together before. Eli, hurry up. I have work today. Hearing those absolutely shameless words, I almost grab a pan and storm into the bathroom to have it out with her. What even is this situation? The marriage is over, the contract is void. I'm 4 million yuan in debt and now we're living together again. Everything in me says I should push back. I take a deep breath. Hurry up and get ready. I need to wash up and head out, too. I've got a job interview today. Stella pokes her head out of the bathroom, eyes wide. Eli, you came home last night and still washed my clothes? Ha, forget the new job. Just be my housekeeper. I'd rather not sit around watching my ex-wife rekindle things with her old flame. Even if ours was a contract marriage, I still have some dignity as a man. Old flame? You mean Troy? Eli, you're jealous, aren't you? Eli, do you like me? I'm not answering that. Stella keeps pressing. I give up trying to argue and carry breakfast out of the kitchen. Eli, just say you're jealous and I won't choose Troy. Fine, I'm jealous. But right now you're going to eat breakfast, understood? And there's one more unfortunate thing I should mention. It looks like I'm going to be taking care of you again. You should consider it an honor. You have no idea how many men tried to talk to me last night. Now eat. Neither of us notices something important. The way we talk to each other has completely changed since the divorce. I'm no longer walking on eggshells around Stella. And Stella no longer treats me like hired help. She's afraid I'll bring up what happened at the bar. At the same time, the moment I admit I'm jealous, her mood lifts completely and she has no objection to staying here at all. Meanwhile, deep inside, I'm screaming. This is worse than any tragedy I've ever heard of. But 4 million yuan still needs to be paid. Over breakfast, I get a reply from Glory Group. They're available to meet today. So I make my way over to Glory Group headquarters, nerves and all. Just as I'm about to stride forward and face this new challenge, a bright red raptor tears past me, missing my nose by inches. Every ounce of confidence I had vanishes in an instant. By the time I collect myself, the truck is parked in the distance. A woman steps out, black bodycon dress, heels somewhere between 7 and 8 centimeters. Her figure is stunning. Her style bold. But in my eyes, she's nothing but the woman who almost killed me. Before I can even go over to confront her, she dashes into the entrance of Glory Group and disappears. I rub my chin and mutter under my breath, that woman is trouble. I can feel it. Inside the HR interview room at Glory Group, I take a seat. Across from me sit 3 interviewers, 2 men and 1 woman. The setup reminds me uncomfortably of being questioned at a police station. The woman in the center speaks first. Let's start with a self-introduction. My name is Manager Zhao, head of HR. I'll be conducting the interview. These 2 colleagues will evaluate your answers and experience and determine whether we move forward together. At Glory Group, every team member works in partnership with the company. There's no traditional employer-employee hierarchy. We also operate with a bit more humanity than most corporations. Let me walk you through our company policies first and you can decide whether you'd like to continue. Manager Zhao's expression is warm, her tone carrying no trace of condescension. That alone puts me at ease. After hearing the details, I tell her I'm on board. Manager Zhao smiles. Compared to Visionary Group, Glory treats its people a little better. Coming to work here isn't signing your life away. Now, I have some questions for you. While you're deciding if we're a fit for you, we need to decide if you're a fit for us. So first, tell us about yourself. I smile back and say calmly, my name is Eli, 25 years old, divorced. 3 years of experience in the planning department at Visionary Group. I've led several smaller projects and I've also contributed to planning work that touched Glory Group directly. My highest education is high school. I dropped out in my first year of college after a family emergency. May I ask what led to the divorce? Our backgrounds were worlds apart. I didn't want to hold her back. If you were asked to come up with a strategy against Warrior World right now, where would you start? I don't think targeting Warrior World is necessary. It's a budget brand. Its core customer base is middle-aged to elderly consumers. Warrior World is simply a lifeline for Visionary's retail arm, a forced pivot, nothing more. Glory's retail strength lies in its jewelry stores and luxury boutiques. Chasing after a Warrior World model would be pointless and the results wouldn't be pretty. Last question. Why did you leave Visionary Group? Too far from home. Is that a good enough reason? Understood. We'll get back to you by tomorrow evening at the latest. We look forward to working with you, Mr. Eli. I walk out of the room still feeling slightly dazed. 1 foot already out the door. I suddenly turn back and ask, is that red Raptor downstairs one of your company vehicles? The question lands like a dropped pin. All 3 interviewers look visibly uncomfortable. Manager Zhao rises from her seat. You weren't hurt, were you, Mr. Eli? It is a company vehicle. Got it. When I find whoever drives that thing, I'll be giving her 2 slaps. Don't take it personally. She was driving in 8 centimeters heels and nearly killed me. I leave. Behind me, the 3 interviewers exchange a look. None of them are sure whether to put that last part in the notes. This is far from the first time the boss lady has driven in heels. Everyone in the company knows. Never cross the plaza around 9 o'clock in the morning. Never let your guard down. Always use the pedestrian path. Manager Zhao lets out a sigh. I like him. Let's bring him on and see how he does. We have a 1-month trial period anyway. The contract allows for termination without cause within that window. As for nearly getting run over, consider it the boss lady's way of saying hello. We've all been through it. It's practically a Glory Group tradition at this point. Waiting for the elevator, I'm still shaking. Then a thought creeps in. Is this karma for the divorce? Divorce one day, get manhandled by Diana the next. And then Stella shows right back up. And now this morning, nearly flattened by a car, interview barely holding together. The elevator opens. I step out, head still full of strange thoughts, and feel something soft collide with my chest. Before I can figure out what it is, a hard punch lands square in my gut. Then a sharp, furious voice explodes in my ear. Watch where you're going. You just touched me. Are you looking to die? Before the words even finish, someone grabs my hair and throws a punch. She grabs again and I snap. I grab her hair right back. She lets out a shriek, then drives her heel straight into my foot. I howl in pain. Now I can see clearly who this is. The exact woman who almost ran me over downstairs. Tell me which department you're in. I'm firing you right now. Let go of me. As she says it, her grip tightens. I make no claim to being a gentleman. I grit my teeth and snarl. I don't even work here. You nearly ran me over downstairs and I've been looking for you ever since. The commotion draws a crowd. The 3 interviewers come rushing over. They'd recognize both those voices anywhere. Manager Zhao takes one look at the scene and freezes. Eli, let go right now. Ms. Liu, you too, let go. Everyone is watching. Eli, you go first. Ms. Liu is a woman. Ms. Liu. I frown and release my grip, but instead of doing the same, she opens her mouth and goes straight for my neck. Manager Zhao throws herself between us, pleading and bargaining until Ms. Liu finally lets go. We stand there both disheveled, glaring at each other. Celine bends down and starts pulling off her shoe to hurl at me. Manager Zhao grabs her and holds on tight, talking her down. Then signals me to leave first. She'll call later to apologize on Ms. Liu's behalf. I let out a cold scoff and step into the elevator. Ugh, what a nuisance. Celine smooths her hair, muttering under her breath. Manager Zhao, do you know him? Manager Zhao helps straighten her skirt and says quietly, Ms. Liu, he was here for an interview today. You nearly hit him with your car downstairs. I know. Handsome men put me in a bad mood. All that and I can't touch. What's the point of keeping him around? He's the interviewee. Tell him to show up tomorrow. Grabbing my hair, invading my space. Just you wait. I'll make your life interesting. With that, Celine turns and walks away. Everyone watches in silence, fuming inside but saying nothing. Great company, great people, except for this one terrifying CEO. I'm barely out the door when a text comes through. I got the job. It tells me to come in this coming Monday. All the paperwork can be picked up at the front desk. But something about this feels like walking straight into the wolf's den. I can't say no. Joining Glory Group is the first step in my plan and the most critical one. This is the only place where I'll have a real shot at proving myself. 3 years with Stella shattered every romantic illusion I ever had about women. Why is it that a woman living alone can keep a room in such absolute chaos? Thinking of Stella, I give Diana a call to ask when the two of them are coming back. She picks up. "Oh, Eli, your mom is in the middle of a mahjong game. We're in beach." I can hear the mahjong tiles clicking in the background. My blood pressure spikes. What a convenient excuse. They just don't want Stella coming home and interrupting their little couple's retreat. But I genuinely can't bring myself to send her back. I have to respect Warren and Diana's face, and I have to give Stella hers, too. After all, I was the one who filed for divorce. Thinking of Stella, I feel my life getting significantly darker. Who would have guessed that the vice president at Visionary Group, the one with the legendary cleanliness obsession, lives at home like an absolute disaster? This princess has taught me what it truly means to never lift a finger at home. There are no words, only suffering. In a luxurious villa, Diana has finally stepped away from the mahjong table. She left a deal with Warren, who let something slip. Warren stands there in his casual wear, brow furrowed, face full of quiet misery, looking at the woman who has kept him under her thumb for years. He sighs. "Honey, is this really a good idea? What if something goes wrong?" Diana peels an orange and hands it to him, frowning. Those two have more going on between them than either of them admits. I've already got a pretty good picture of what happened. And tell me, has that ungrateful brat called us even once asking to come home? She's used to having Eli take care of her. Stop worrying. We've watched Eli for 3 years now. Do you really not know what kind of person he is? I'll let you in on something. Eli smokes. But for that ungrateful brat's sake, he didn't touch a single cigarette for 3 years. You tell me, is Stella really in any danger? Warren sets down his orange, leans back, and looks at Diana sideways, frowning. So Eli smoking is fine, but me smoking is a capital offense? Diana, you've gone too far. Too far? What are you going to do? Divorce me? I'm in a good mood today. You can have two. Warren takes this like a royal decree and jumps to his feet, practically jogging off. He goes to join his friends on the balcony for a smoke. The truth is, Diana did call Stella once. All Stella had to do was admit she was wrong and she could get her key back and go home. But that ungrateful brat said absolutely nothing and hung up. That means she's got support. She's got backup. So why worry at all? Diana heads back to the mahjong table. I push my cart through the supermarket thinking about what to make for dinner. I end up with a section of pork intestines, some green beans, and mushrooms. By the time I get home, Stella is already back. She's bought herself a yellow cartoon bear pajama set. She's on the couch, bag of chips in her arms, watching TV. She spots me standing at the stairs and puts the chips down. Eli, I'm hungry. I take a slow breath. Are you planning to stay long term? Stella nods eagerly. I'll pay for food and rent. Eli, I've been abandoned. I called Mom, she didn't pick up, and then she sent me a text to scold me. Let me see the text. Deleted it. Are you trying to snoop through my phone again? Fine, here. Take it. I'm going to the bathroom. Stella pumps her fist. Troy is seriously blocked. No real reason. She just doesn't want him cluttering up her life anymore. He likes foreign girls? Fine. She's done with him. While I'm washing vegetables, Stella slips into the kitchen. She clasps her hands behind her back and eyes the ingredients in the sink. These are all my favorites. Were you not worried I wouldn't come home? I keep washing vegetables without turning around. Didn't you say you hate the smell of the kitchen? So why are you sneaking in here? I'm not picky. I'd eat fine whether you came back or not. Eli, you've changed. Men really are fickle, aren't they? A few days divorced and already this cold toward me. Don't forget I'm still your creditor. Pay me back. Pay me back. If you're not picky, why didn't you buy crab? Stella has always bought her crab pre-cooked. In all the years we lived together, we only had one real fight. It started when she brought home live crabs and told me to cook them. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I put them in the fish tank. The next day I came home to find Stella tossing every last one of them alive and kicking straight into a pot of boiling water. I didn't say a word all evening. My face said it all. I didn't make dinner, didn't wash the dishes, didn't clean the kitchen. Stella knew she crossed the line. I told her to forget it. I turned and walked out. Just when Stella thought I was done for the night, I came back with a carton of yogurt in my hand. Go sit on the couch and drink this. Stop hovering in here. Since the divorce, I've stopped tiptoeing around Stella. Flattering women was never in my nature to begin with. People are equal. Nobody stands above anyone else. Even if you happen to be my creditor right now. But Stella doesn't leave. What she doesn't realize is, when she said I changed, she changed, too. Maybe it's because the dynamic shifted. We're no longer husband and wife. Hey, the intestine needs more chili to really taste right. Have you already forgotten nearly dying of stomach pain at 2 o'clock in the morning and spending half the night at the hospital? That was back in our second year of marriage. In the middle of winter, Stella declared she wanted boiled fish, the spiciest version possible. That same night she ended up rushed to the hospital. The diagnosis was intestinal spasms. The injection didn't help. The drip didn't help. In the end, all I could do was keep making her drink water. I sat by her bedside the entire night. Stella groaned and whimpered in that hospital bed the whole time. Because Stella was disturbing the other patients, I almost got into a fight right there in the ward. Stella remembers it now, too. Back then, she thought it was just what I was supposed to do. Looking back now, it was actually a small kind of happiness, wasn't it? And it was just a contract marriage after all. Okay, less chili then. But cook it on high heat. Is there soup? Egg drop soup, if you please, my lord. If you're not busy, could your highness bring the bowls and chopsticks to the table? Of course, eunuch Eli. As Stella leaves the kitchen, a smile crosses my face without me even realizing it. Dinner is 3 dishes and a soup. If Stella weren't here, I probably wouldn't have cooked at all. At the table, neither of us says a word. We eat in quiet. It feels like slipping back into those 3 years. After dinner, I clear the table and Stella actually helps without being asked. After the dishes are done and I settle onto the couch with my laptop, Stella reappears changed into casual clothes. Eli, care to take a walk downstairs? This princess is generously offering you the honor of accompanying her. No. Are you going or not? I have things to look at. Stella is furious. She takes a sharp breath, then her face blooms into a radiant smile, and she calls out in the sweetest, most syrupy voice. Eli, please. I just wanted to go for a little walk after dinner. Stop it. Ugh, you're hopeless. I cannot withstand Stella's combo attack, part physical, part pure witchcraft, and I raise both hands in surrender. Fine. Let's go. Downstairs. Stella is stunning even without makeup. Her height, her long legs, she turns heads wherever she goes. Standing beside her, I'm no slouch, either. We make a striking pair and within moments, we're the center of attention in the whole complex. We reach the basketball court and Stella announces, my legs are done. I need water from the store. What do you want? I glance at the store, then back toward home, and shake my head. We'll drink when we get back. Stella mutters, cheapskate. Then she trots off to the store anyway. So much for her legs being done. Left standing there alone, I look at the basketball court and wonder if I should join in for a bit. Just then, a kid around 20 twists his ankle and hobbles off, leaving the game 1 player short. Everyone looks my way. One of them asks if I want to fill in. If I say no, someone else will. It's been a long time since I touched a ball. My hands feel rusty. I miss 2 passes in a row and earn a few annoyed looks. My pride won't let me slink off like that. I take off my jacket and get back out there. I catch the ball and don't rush. I'm feeling for the rhythm. As the sweat starts to flow, everything clicks back into place. Layups, 3-pointers, steals, assists, everything comes back except the rebounds. I'm back in the zone. Just as I'm starting to feel proud of myself, the whole vibe on the court shifts. Every guy out there suddenly plays like they've been supercharged. Someone even throws down a dunk. Confused, I notice the kid who twisted his ankle staring hard at something beyond the court. I turn around. Stella is back. She's sitting on a bench on the phone completely earnest. My husband doesn't need that kind of service. He doesn't eat snacks. A flirtatious voice purrs through the phone. Oh, sweetie, that's not how it works. All men stray eventually. The grass is always greener, you know. Not this one. Wildflowers. Gross. The other end goes quiet. That one clearly stung. There's a long audible breath on the line. Someone steadying themselves. Don't worry, little sis. I'll reel them in myself. How confident of you, ma'am. My husband is only into women with long legs. I happen to be 172. What about you? Do you clear 170? The call ends. The game wraps up, too. And in that final stretch, I got absolutely destroyed. Then, with the entire court watching, I walk over to Stella, take the water bottle she's holding, and drink it down in one go. This flower is taken. I pay no attention to the guys watching and look at Stella's phone. Was that call for me? Stella laughs and shakes her head. Spam call. Watching you get wrecked out there was too painful, so I answered to pass the time. So, feeling your age? Running out of gas? I shrug. Having a woman like you on the sideline is better than any boost I could take. Let's go. Those guys are already starting to look at me like a rival. The words are barely out before I hear a ball slapping the court behind me. The guy who kept dunking jogs up and challenges me to a one-on-one. I don't say no, and I get completely demolished. The guy is thrilled, convinced he's about to win himself a goddess. Then he sees the goddess covering her mouth, laughing at me. When she turns to look at him, her eyes are ice cold. Stella and I leave, and the energy drains out of the whole court with us. The guys slump onto the ground like wilted vegetables. The dunk guy lets out a long sigh. What's the point of basketball? Shouldn't we be out there finding a girlfriend? Everyone nods in solemn agreement. In an upscale apartment somewhere across the city, a woman stands fuming in front of her mirror, grinding her teeth. You think 172 is something to brag about? I'm 180. Damn, this measuring tape must be off. How am I coming up as 166? I turn in early, completely drained, body and mind. The moment I close my eyes, I'm out. In the master bedroom, Stella is toying with my ancient phone. She stares at the 2 numbers on the screen. She thinks back to how the other person reacted when she picked up. Something feels off to her, no matter how she looks at it. Could Eli have someone on the side? Could it have started before the divorce was even filed? She can't exactly say she likes me, but 2 days after the divorce and he already has someone? The more she thinks about it, the more it burns. She dials the number. It's picked up immediately. Stella's expression transforms in an instant. All smiles. Supervisor Lee, so sorry to bother you this late. You haven't gone to bed yet, have you? When the vice president calls, you don't say you're sleeping. She insists he's wide awake. Stella continues warmly, I heard your vacation request got rejected recently. Is everything okay at home? I see. Tomorrow is Saturday. Tack on Sunday, too, and you can take another 2 days. Will that be enough? More than enough, thank you. Then swing by the office tomorrow and hand things off. I'll sign off on it. After a little small talk, Stella gets to the point. Supervisor Lee, I heard your spouse works in telecom. I have a number I need looked into. Could you help? No rush at all, whenever you get a chance. Just find out who the SIM card is registered to. The moment the call ends, Stella's expression snaps back to what it was before. About 30 minutes later, Supervisor Lee calls back. For those vacation days, she drove her husband to the office in the middle of the night to run the number. But the number has top-level security clearance. Nothing came up. Supervisor Lee delivers the news to Vice President Stella with considerable anxiety. Her leave is still approved, but counting the weekend, it's only 4 days total. Stella sits on the bed staring at the number on her screen and mutters quietly, a number like a poker hand, and it's a premium account? The weekend passes quietly. Stella slips back into the habits she had when we were married. She locks herself in her room and buries herself in work. A committee has invited several companies to bid on a plot of land, an aging residential block. Everyone in investment and risk assessment has run the numbers, and they all point to a loss. Stella is terrified the committee will force the land onto their company anyway. I don't bother Stella, either. I spend the morning on the lower floor looking up what I need, and work out in the afternoon. Though nobody wants to play basketball with me anymore. The guys from the other night seem convinced I show up just to show off. These 2 days feel endless to me. Every minute counts right now. I can't afford to waste any of them. 4 million yuan in 1 year. It's suffocating, but it also gives me a thrill. Monday morning, Stella eats quickly and heads to work. On her way out, she asks if I want to ride part of the way. I shake my head. Not on your way. Diana seems to have genuinely forgotten she has a beautiful daughter to worry about. Not a single call, and Stella hasn't picked one up from her either these past 2 days. I'm starting to feel confused. Diana not calling is one thing, but Troy hasn't called either. Did Stella actually block him? What is she up to now? Across the ocean, a grown man lies on his bed staring at the ceiling with the hollow look of a man who has nothing left to live for. He can't figure out what Stella is doing. How did she just block him without a word? He calls his assistant, who tells him the newlyweds went on a belated honeymoon. Troy nearly chokes on the spot. When I get back, the first thing I'm doing is dealing with Eli. To think that nobody let this nobody beat me to it. Arriving at the company again, I've learned my lesson. Crossing the plaza in front of Glory Group is genuinely life-threatening with that reckless woman behind the wheel. 3 years with Stella taught me the gap between the rich and the rest, and gave me a healthy wariness of beautiful women. A woman who looks polished and perfect on the outside is very possibly exactly like Stella at home. Stella once told me, 9 out of 10 women living alone are just like her. That single statement shattered every beautiful illusion I ever had. I make it through the front doors of Glory Group in one piece. The office is full today. Back in a suit, I look the part. I walk up to the front desk, hand over my ID, and collect the employment contract. After I sign, the girl at the front desk places a piece of candy on top of the contract and smiles warmly. Welcome to Glory Group. This candy is a little gift from us. It means leaving yesterday's bitterness behind. Working at Glory is sweet. The girl has round, rosy cheeks. Adorable. I smile and open my mouth to respond when the very next second, a cold, sharp voice cuts through the air from behind me.